Hello, this is Sensor Gambino here with a new stream, and this stream will be going over the event week for this week in Red Dead Online. And as I'm doing this, it's very early Thursday, and as normal, these event weeks come out on very early Tuesday. So I'm doing it within the first couple days, maybe a bit later than the last couple, but about like a day or something, but not bad. Just starting off, I'll get this cardinal flower over here. And that snake seems to be gone. That was here off stream. Alright, so that's a bit of Quick Draw Club XP there. And yeah, going to title, since there's no Mass Spectator on PlayStation 5 like it was with PlayStation 4. Because there's no Mass Spectator, I really can only go over title before going to benefits section. And that's 2 times money and XP on the old Sovrano opportunity, which is kind of a continuation of an event from a couple weeks ago. It was basically like the last event that didn't have like a new like actual in-game edition. Like a couple weeks ago there was Quick Draw Club 4. Actually a couple weeks ago I think was the like hardcore telegram missions. Last week was Quick Draw Club number 4. This week's kind of just a traditional event week. The previous traditional event week had 2 times money XP on Ember of the East. This time it's the old Sovrano opportunity. So that very particular opportunity has 2 times money and XP. And opportunities are the like missions that you spend the capitale on. Those are the only things that you can really spend the capitale on. So they're basically like they're basically the best of the missions from the Blood Money update. It's the latest update, and I used the capitale on. And yeah, the pay's pretty good on them. Just the bad part is having to get the capitale. And yeah, if you're spending on Ruthless difficulty, you have to actually spend 25 capitale. But if you're only going for like the standard difficulty, it's 15. Going for like the middle difficulty is 20, obviously. So basically, you can get 3 out of like the 50 you can hold at once with like doing the least difficulty, and then if you do either the other 2 difficulties, you can kind of do 2 at a time, and then you have to get more capitale from your like post office or whatever other ways you get it and all. I'll probably go in a bit more details for it, but I haven't personally played it, but in a couple weeks or so, I'll probably be playing it similar to what I did with the contracts. I finally played like the last of the few contracts I needed to play like at the end of Quick Draw Club number 3. So I'll probably do the same thing with Quick Draw Club number 4 around the end of that. I'll do the opportunities for the first time since I haven't even played a single one of them yet. But yeah, what I do know, obviously, is they're the ones you spend the capitale on, and surely they have the best payout of any of the Blood Money missions. And I would imagine I would go for XP as well, so the money and XP should be pretty decent on this one, compared to a lot of other Blood Money content. Because in my opinion, the best thing about the Blood Money stuff is gold, because the cash isn't really that great, and then the XP on the regular missions probably isn't really that great either. But yeah, the actual opportunity of Sovrano here should be very good for pretty much everything. Money and XP especially being double this week. And gold, I believe, is pretty decent on it as well. But there's nothing with the gold this time, unfortunately. But yeah, I should take care of the left pretty much, as far as I know with it, of course. Since, like I said, I haven't played it yet, I'll probably play it around the end of Quick Draw Club number 4. That way, if anything significant comes out with the Halloween pass, I'm prepared for all of that. But yeah, there's Blood Money bonuses for persistent posses, and you can get a free ability card, 30% off any weapon. Completing any opportunity with a persistent posse, not just the 2 times money XP, but you can play in the regular money and XP ones as well. Between, I believe, there's only 3 opportunities in the game. Doing any of those with a persistent posse. For the week, of course, we'll get you that free ability card and offer for 30% off any weapon. So I'll show off my ability card and loadout because I do really like my ability card and loadout. Though, yeah, it could probably be better in that sense. But this is the stuff that I like. I like painted black. The reason I like painted black is because it's essentially the same Deadeye from the story mode. It's the same Deadeye from the story mode where you can paint targets and enemies. I believe like another good one is, yeah, I think the Celebrity Bastard one here, I think is a pretty good one from what I know as well. But yeah, I like painted black because you can paint targets, which kind of makes it into like even more auto aim than the game already is. And then, like I said, it's reminiscent to the story mode one. And then, yeah, it's like if shots on the same target doing more damage. I think that's quite a nice one. I'm not too big on the ones here, with the like green ones here for the health ones or whatever. So I want to like the sprint one and then taking less damage and cover. I think that's a pretty nice one. That's kind of my idea for an ability card and loadout. Not necessarily the greatest, but I think it's a pretty good one regardless. So that's personally my recommendations. That's what I felt like was kind of the best ones. But yeah, I'm sure there's quite a couple different great ones for like each category, whatever. And then yeah, 30% off any weapon. And yeah, I'm assuming the free ability card is for like any of the 4 different types. I gotta see the passive ones for sure, I imagine, but I assume it includes the Deadeye ones as well. Goddamn fruit. We messed up though, goddamn. But yeah. Offer for 30% off any weapon. If you want like best utility with a weapon, I feel a matte revolver is a pretty good one. A matte revolver. That's a revolver that has the regular and the shotgun shells. So you get like regular and shotgun bullets with that one. So I definitely really like the matte revolver for utility, I suppose, for like variety, I suppose. If you want an all-around weapon, I feel the oven repeater is pretty good. So that's a couple weapon recommendations, 30% off. But yeah, those are some recommendations for those 2 things there. But yeah, I don't really think any of this stuff is new in this page here. I know the one on the right is basically just the like description of the Quick Draw Club number 4. I don't know if this is like an extra like incentive to get Quick Draw Club number 4 that they added with this week or the hunting.co. It's probably just a thing that's in there, I'm guessing. So yeah, I don't really think any of that's new. But yeah, it's all there just in case. Special bonuses on Called On. This one's actually good. I like when they Called On. I only have one last week or whatever. But yeah. It's one time holiday rewards. But yeah. If you team up with a persistent posse in a Call to Arms mode, you'll get a reward for 3,000 club XP. So very nice if you want to get that Quick Draw Club number 4 leveled up. Persistent posse, surely you can be in a like random persistent posse. It's probably not limited to like any with your like friend or anything like that, but obviously that would probably make it easier. And yeah, reaching wave 3 of any Call to Arm mode will get you 5 Capitale, and reaching wave 7 will get you another 5 for 10. And getting all the way up to wave 10 doesn't necessarily mean you have to beat it, maybe just get the wave 10. Will get you a sum of 10 additional for up to 20 Capitale. And then if you get the wave 10, it seems you can get 2,000 character XP. But I'm kind of assuming the club XP and character XP are kind of the same. I think they all kind of count as like regular XP, because any like regular XP you go and gain collectibles and stuff counts toward the Quick Draw Club. So So I'm assuming all 5,000 of that could be used for the Quick Draw Club number 4. So very great opportunities to rank that up. And yeah, Coat of Arms is already very good for getting Quick Draw Club number 4 XP for every single kill you get, and also, like, especially if you get through a whole entire thing. I think a triple is like around 9,000, 8,000, 9,000 XP, so you can probably still get like 2,000, 3,000 for winning the Coat of Arms, which is pretty decent. Like, even if you're towards the end, you can still maybe get like 1 or 2 ranks of it, even. Yeah, the money I want to say was maybe like 700 bucks on triple or whatever, so. And I think Coat of Arms is actually double right now. I don't think it really necessarily like mentions that here. If it doesn't mention that there, I'll try to look at the news wire, of course, here. Alright. This one looks to be just the same as the first one here. Alright, yeah. That's definitely stuff that's already been in a previous section. That's literally just how its section was swapped, I think. But yeah, new discounts. There's discounts for rifles and Mustangs, ammo crafting panflets, and then more stuff as well. But yeah, 30% off all rifles. I don't know if you can combine the 30% offer from the one thing that was mentioned earlier, obviously. But if you can combine the offer of 30% off with the 30% off on the rifle, you can technically get up to 60% off. I don't necessarily know if it works that way. But yeah, 30% off all rifles. Probably one of the better rifles. A couple of the better rifles, in my opinion, to get 30% off would be for sure the Varmint rifle. Varmint rifle is pretty much essential for the Naturalist role if you want to get that ranked up and whatnot. Naturalist role, in my opinion, is one of the more average roles in the game. It's not as bad as like Trader. Because Trader, while it's great for making money, it's not the most accessible to like work on it and rank it up and whatnot. So I think Naturalist is definitely one of the like more average kind of roles in the game. So yeah. For Naturalists especially, I recommend picking up a Varmint rifle for some reason you don't have that. And even if you're not like wanting to sedate things for the Naturalist role, if you don't have a like elephant rifle, because you have to like go against larger animals in free aim. There's no auto aim against larger animals, and if you have to do like free aim against larger animals, the elephant rifle that was introduced in the Naturalist update. That's a pretty good rifle for like larger animal stuff. So those are a couple good ones to pick up, I would say. And I'd say I imagine like the Rolling Block and Carcano rifles for like the more sniper rifles are probably on 30% off as well. And ammo crafting pamphlets 40% off. And yeah, some ammo crafting pamphlets are actually very unique. You can't really get the ammo through like the gunsmith. There's certain ammos you can only get through the ammo crafting pamphlets and not through the gunsmith or anything. So any of the highly exclusive ammo crafting pamphlets I would recommend highly. And those pamphlets can be quite costly, so that's definitely quite the discount to take advantage of on the ammo crafting pamphlet especially. And yeah, there's 30% off ability card upgrades. Upgrading the ability cards, which is quite nice. I think those ability card upgrades can be like $200 to like $350 or something, if I recall. So yeah, the upgrades can be quite costly on those ability cards, so definitely take advantage of the 30% off ability card upgrades. If you have any that need upgrades for any reason. And yeah, there's a simple discount of 30% off all hats, which clearly is just purely cosmetic. And yeah, at the stable, all Mustangs are 30% off this week. And I think there's a certain amount of like Mustangs that I think were added in one of the like later updates, I think. Bounty Hunter expansion might have added like Mustangs and whatnot, so I think there might be a some of the Mustangs might be some of like later horse editions, so there could be quite the good Mustangs in this game for sure, as far as I know. Of course, horses, in my opinion, definitely don't matter anywhere near as much as like vehicles in GTA, obviously. But yeah, I can't exactly think of what like stats the Mustangs would accelerate in. Not necessarily one of the better horses to pick up, but still should be quite a decent discount regardless, because horses are quite costly as well. And then yeah, Prime Gaming's the same 40 Capitale and an offer for half off the Monster Pistol. Which yeah, 40 Capitale can almost get you 3 whole opportunity missions, of course, as long as you're doing them on standard difficulty. You can probably still get 2, of course, on the next difficulty up, but if you're doing Ruthless, you won't really even get 2 opportunities with 40 Capitale even. So it can be quite decent for sure. And yeah, Monster Pistol, and there's a new Impara variant. Alright, what's new in my benefits section here? But yeah, featured series for the week is the Racing Shootout series. Has a Los Sands, Fort King, variety of locations, Ainsburg Mine, Bandit Point, Armadillo, and more. But yeah, that's the featured series, it seems. I feel this one sounds familiar though, so I don't know, the description kind of sounds different according to what it says on the image there, Racing Shootout. Maybe it is too listed on the description. There are more of the shootout modes rather than the racing modes. But yeah, that seems to be featured series. Nothing really going on with it, no, it's kind of just in there. It's kind of just there for something more unique.
Welcome. How do you do?
Alright, Royal Clock in here. Also check if anything else here can be taken. Guess not.
You won't beat our prize.
But yeah, I don't think the double money XP or whatever on the call to arms was even mentioned. So I'll look into that, I guess, on the news wire, which I have right next to me on the phone anyways. Alright. So call to arms is also double XP, didn't really mention that on here. And yeah, they have all 5 maps this time. Not like last week where they weirdly only had like 1 map for every couple days for some reason. Alright, finally I think somebody is on my fucking way here, so I'll be going over the weekly collection here. Yeah, it's 4 days, 22 hours, 13 minutes apparently here. But yeah, there's 2 earring things here and then a tarot card. Collection value is $85, so collection value can get into $100, so it can barely get into the triple digits, so definitely nowhere near the best collection value. And yeah, this one goes between like 2 different collector sets, so definitely not one of the better weekly collections, I would say. Sometimes there can be one with like 3 different coins, this can get up to $100. And it also doesn't have like material mixed in, so it doesn't feel like an interesting thing in the collection here. But yeah, there's Duchess Emerald earrings, and then the diamond earrings. But yeah, earrings, they're a lost jewelry, and I'm pretty sure the lost jewelry is partially randomized. So I think that means there's above ground ones that aren't fully randomized, and then there's also underground earrings that are fully randomized. So how easy they are to find depends on if there's like an above ground location for them or not. So depending on that, it can be easy to find them, or it might not be so easy to find them. And then the tarot cards, those are always above ground collectibles, so you're pretty much guaranteed to find one as long as you like go on some kind of like collector map on your preferred search engine. So if you go on a preferred search engine such as like Google or something, and you search for like some collector map, right on collector map, you should be able to narrow down the exact location for this one. It needs to depend on if there's above ground locations or not. Because from what I remember hearing, the lost jewelry are partially randomized. So that's kind of the basics of the collector set there. And going back here, it doesn't really mention it here, but the call to arms does appear to be on double XP according to the Rockstar Newswire. It kind of only mentions some like benefit things here, such as 3,000 club XP and then 2,000 character XP. So you do get double the XP, and I think on triple, I think it got to like around 9,000. So that can be around like 5,000, 6,000 if you can complete a whole wave 10 call to arms. So you can definitely get quite a decent XP there for ranking up the Cultural Club number 4. So this is a very great week to be ranking up that Cultural Club number 4 because of all the different XP stuff called arms. And yeah, all 5 maps are actually available. Because what they did last event was they had like Blackwater for like 3 or 4 days or something. And for the other 3 or 4 days, it was just like McFarland Ranch. It was really weird. They had like all 5 maps that literally released in the Blood Money update. They ended up taking out like 4 of the maps, and then there was like literally just 1. So I'm glad to see they put them back in. Hopefully they won't be vaulting them again. But yeah, they're going really strong with the vaulting stuff recently. Especially in GTA Online, there's been a lot of GTA Online stuff that's been vaulted. And it'll probably remain vaulted for a long time. Red Dead stuff is already kind of vaulted, because that's kind of the point of the featured series, is to bring stuff back from what I know. Because, like, I don't think Gun Rush is always available, for example. Unless it is free to, like, shootout mode, but there's not, like, a guaranteed, like, way to play Gun Rush, essentially. So they've kind of always kind of done this vaulting thing, but they're kind of going more strongly with it. So I got to see all 5 maps are back this time. And then recently with the GTA Trilogy, even that stuff has started to get listed yesterday, I think. I think the PlayStation Store in like Europe and like Asia and stuff at least, I think the GTA Trilogy on the PlayStation Store was removed. They might have been removed on Steam yesterday, I think I heard as well. But yeah, they did mention they were doing that last week, whatever. But I do think it's really dumb considering they're literally calling it GTA Trilogy. The definitive edition. Like, there's obviously already the regular GTA Trilogy, but if you're slapping the definitive edition at the end of it, people should be able to tell the damn difference, Rockstar, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the event week. Great stuff in terms of XP with Call to Arms. Money XP on the opportunity can definitely be quite nice. So quite a great week for ranking up that Cultural Cup number 4. I think that's the main thing about this week is the XP. and it's not really much else to say on it. It's a lackluster week compared to the previous couple, because 2 weeks ago was the hardcore telegram missions, and last week was Quick Draw Code number 4. Not much of like a new thing going on this week though. Just a traditional event week this time. That's finally be it for this stream. Hope you enjoyed.